Hi and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers on the Abandoned House review. Now, I say this every week now, but I just feel like sometimes I get people that just maybe don't get it. They don't get the Abandoned House review, and they also don't get behind the scenes. They'll watch it and they're like, well, you're not even exploring on this video. Yeah, it's behind the scenes. It's to show you what happens in between the explores. And these abandoned house reviews are to show you what you've commented and to maybe have an opinion or maybe do some research on the place, if possible, because it's not always possible to find out anything out. But we can at least look back at things you've noticed, things I might have missed, and have a conversation about it. And I think that is the beauty of the abandoned house reviews. It's getting you guys involved because I feel like you're there with me when I'm exploring. So this is your chance to put comments in on the main video, and then I can look at them. If they're not like 8,000 words long, I can look at them and put them in the bottom. So yeah, that is the abandoned house reviews. That is what they're for. So get involved on the next main Sunday video. Get a comment in on there, even if it's only a little short one about something we're talking about in it. Then get involved.
Somebody's in here. Somebody definitely else is in here. Sounds like more than one person. Shit. I'll just run at them with that and stick it up the bum. I think they're up there. Yeah, I can hear them now. But the second I stand on there, it'll make a noise. Right, I've come across two other explorers, a bald guy and a woman. We're taking some photographs in there at the moment. So I'm going to chill out for half an hour, charge this up, and let them do what they do, and then I'll get on with what I do.
Now, this was a bit of a hoarder's house. It was a weird house. It got like a central, almost tower, and then two wings that came off it with almost like catacombs underneath it. The amount of tunnels underneath that building was too big to be just the building. It seemed to go on and on and on, like it was under a bigger section of the floor outside the building as well. It was really, really weird. But what a great place. Really, when I first went in, I actually didn't think it was going to be brill. I thought it was going to be a bit meh, because there was a lot of smashed up stuff and a lot of stuff on the floor. But then, I've got a cobweb attached to my face. The only thing with graveyards, full of cobwebs and insects. Not that I'm bothered. But, yeah, so when I first got in, I heard noises. I heard noises upstairs, and I was like, oh no, what is this? Is it the owner come back? Is it rats? Is it another explorer? And I stood there for ages, and I really wish I'd filmed it. I stood next to a doorway waiting for them, and all of a sudden this little bald guy comes toddling out. Hi. Well, he didn't say hi, he said bonjour, and just toddled out, just like I wasn't even not supposed to be there. He was expecting me to be there. It was really quite surreal. So anyway, I just said hi and said, right, I'll go and sit back in there. How long do you think you'll be? And he said, oh, we'll be maybe, I don't know, 20 minutes. So I just went and sat and did some editing in the other room. And it was just so strange because I don't get those experiences at all. It never happens. I never bump into people. And if I do, it's outside the property, never inside the property, which is really strange for me because I do all my explores at silly o'clock in the morning, not in the daytime when every normal person does them. So it was a really weird experience.
This clock. Look at that. That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. With the bit in the middle that's like gold and wide. And it's from 1843. I like this though. This is, I can't remember the name of it. It's got a special name. Now, from what I've heard, this guy was a bit of a antiques dealer collector, so we might find some quite interesting things knocking about. Maybe that's why that's just chucked on the floor, because it has no real connection to him. What's this say? It says Union Association Archers North of France. The North of France Archers Association. That's quite cool. But it was this that I was looking at. You never see triangular frames, like ever. That is really interesting. What made them decide to get it? It's like wood in it as well. It's so strange though, because you go from like 1970s to this old bizarre thing that definitely looks like it's from the 1800s. What is up with that kid's head? Why is that kid's head like the earth? What's it say on it? J'apprends tout nouveau questionnaire universel. New questionnaire, new world questionnaire. So that's why he's got a world head. What's j'apprends tout?
So when the other explorers, well, they're photographers. They weren't YouTubers. They were just there purely to take photos. Once they had gone and left me alone, I got a chance to get exploring and really looking around. Now, the first couple of rooms, I was a little bit like, is it going to be a bit modern? Is there going to be too much stuff that's like not really old enough to look at? And as I started to go into more and more rooms, it just seemed to get better and better. And there was more and more stuff laying round. Loads of religious stuff, loads of crosses and crucifixes. I know that's technically the same thing. They were just all over. So it was just really good for stuff. The building itself, even though it was a weird building, I don't know how much age it had got. I don't think it was that old. So to then find all the good things inside just made it worthwhile.
Now, Andy definitely should be here because of this. Which item on this table do you think Andy would enjoy the most? It's like a little game for you. Would it be the record player with a record? Would that be Andy's favourite? Would it be the jug with matching massive spider? Would it be the lemons? Zesty lemons? Would it be this jug that's red? Or maybe this one that is turquoise? Or would it be that? Do you think it might be that? Because I think it might be that.
Now, one of the things that people seem to really enjoy and really like was the which item would Andy like game. I just thought it was funny because all the other stuff on there was so normal, and then there was just a penis jug at the end. It was like, what is this all about? Why is this here? And I just thought Andy would just appreciate that so much. I felt so bad on this trip, because I kept sending photos over, and Andy was just every time, like mostly he's like, oh, that's really good. This trip he was like, I really wish I was there. I really, really wish I was there. Now, obviously, he started his treatment, I think it's today. I'm not 100% sure. He's been going and enjoying himself. He went to Manchester last weekend having a drink. He's been going here, there and everywhere. He's been fine in himself. He's been alright. But I think it's just because he knows what's coming. Like, the next 7 weeks is going to be horrible for him. So please, obviously, I know every video recently it's been send Andy my love, do this, do that. But one thing that Andy said the other day is, whenever I see likes on a video, I know that they're for me as well as for you. So that is the thing I'm going to push at the moment, is stick a like on the video, and Andy will look at it and think, well, that's higher than it is normal. They're definitely thinking about me. So yeah, anyway, I digress. The items in that building really made the building special, apart from one part of the building.
Through to the next room, which looks pretty special. It's massive and looks round from here. Oh my Lord. Look at this ceiling in here. No wonder they spent so long taking photos in here. Look at that. What a mental room that is.
So that central sort of weird tower bit with the stairs round, what an amazing part of a building that is. I found it a little bit useless. Like, I don't know how you would use that room and make it effective and good, but what a feature. Like, if you had guests over, it would be great, because you could set tables up round the outside with drinks and food and stuff like that. It'd be brill. And it'd be like, wow, look at this. But what a weird house anyway. Not only had it got a weird big central area, it had got bedrooms downstairs, bedrooms upstairs on one side, and then a massive, like, loft area. And it was huge, that loft area. It was whole one side of the building, and it was absolutely massive. And some of the stuff in there was crazy.
Ooh, I've got a definite different feeling in this bit. Look at it in here. Like the madness of the other rooms. This is a bit creepy, actually. Sort of don't like, especially with that boy's face there. Makes me think he's dead. Sorry. Look. She's just staring in something under this bed. She's just staring into space. If she blinked now, we'd shit ourselves. Because look. The bedroom where it's all made up. I sort of like these rooms though. These ones that are all done up. That French bed with the, what's it called? Like tapestry type. Tapestry's the wrong word. It's not cross stitch either. I don't know what it is.
Now, one thing that really confused me was a lot of the building was higgledy-piggledy. There was stuff thrown all over. People had been going through cupboards, taking out food, taking out everything, just to try and find stuff. But in the bedrooms, they were all very well kept. The beds were made. There was flowers laid out on the bed. It just seemed a little bit creepy and freaky in those rooms, because it was such a stark contrast to the rest of the building. So I don't know. They were brilliant though, and they were so good for photographs. They really were. I thought there was a bird sat over there, but it was a leaf. If you just see me looking around, it's because there's so much going on. But they were just so photogenic. Bright wallpaper, bright bed coverings, like dolls and clowns and things like that set out. It just made, just made for great photos. It really did. And I'm not one for generally taking photos of places. I'll take a couple maybe to send to Sue and Andy or whoever, but it's very rare I take them to put on the page, because sometimes I feel like I'm spoiling the video if you've not watched it by putting them on. So I don't know. I'm going to probably start doing it a little bit more. We'll see.
This looks like real, like crocodile skin or alligator skin or something like that. There's another one there. They look real, those as well.
Now, like I said, I will always hold my hands up if I've got something wrong, and I think I did on this occasion because the amount of people that corrected me. I was saying that the purses or little bags were made out of crocodile or alligator, and everybody was like, no mate, that's snake skin, probably like python skin or something like that. So yeah, I got that wrong, but that is what these videos are for, to go, look mate, you're wrong. I'm not like some genius that knows everything. I'm not an expert in anything at all. I know little bits. Like, I was very lucky to have parents that took me to like Chatsworth, Stately Homes, things like that, taught me about history, took me to places, and we had a look round and told me about what had happened there, and it was just brilliant growing up. So I know quite a lot of bits of stuff, but I'm also quite like, I am right about this. So I'll be like, yeah, this is this, but I'd rather be confident and get it wrong than be like, I don't really know. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and I'll hold my hands up when I am wrong. I think I am wrong on this occasion, but once again, I ain't a bag maker. I'm not a snake killer, so how am I supposed to know? But yeah, I was wrong. Something else as well, with the place being so full of stuff, people seem to pick out items that I'd probably not noticed. I think somebody mentioned there was a type of perfume bottle there, and they used that perfume. It was their favourite. Things like the clarinet case, which I didn't know what went in it, and they were like, oh yeah, that's a clarinet case. So there's little things that people will have picked up on. There were so many items. Once again, it's almost impossible to know everything about all of them. So having you guys there going, oh look, there's that, and another person might have no clue what that was. So it is good because we're coming together as almost like a family, the Beeper family, to sort it out. And I've got all my Beeper mothers telling me off for my knees, which are almost better, by the way. Almost, not quite, we're getting there. But I've got my Beeper mothers, and then I've got all the other Beeper brothers and sisters helping me out. And we do squabble sometimes. Yes, you, Lisa, you little... and then I've got people like lovely Edith and Debs to look after me and check in and make sure I'm okay. So yeah, there's hundreds of you out there that help out and are good, and I love that you all get involved in these videos. I really, really do. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. There was more things to talk about. If there's other things that I've missed, let me know down in the comments, and leave those likes for Andy as well. Right, love you all. I'll see you later.